नमस्ते, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। एपिसोड नंबर 11, क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 एंड 6 ऑफ केस सिनारियो में आप सबका स्वागत है। सो टू क्वेश्चंस, हार्डकोर थियोरी। जो क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 है वो पर्सनली मुझे पसंद है क्योंकि वोडाफोन से कनेक्टेड है, थोड़ा टेलीकॉम ऑपरेटर से कनेक्टेड। इट्स अ नाइस क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन 6 सिग्मा डीमैक which can be asked in the examination। and दूसरा जो क्वेश्चन है थोड़ा अनकनेक्टेड है but it's nice based on productivity। अच्छा, अब अगर आपको याद हो तो मैंने YouTube वीडियो बनाया था जहां पे मैंने आप लोग के साथ ये केस स्टडी डाइजेस्ट शेयर किया था और यहां पे मैंने आप लोगों को क्लियरली बोला था दैट क्लिक टू व्यू ऑप्शन मैं दे रहा हूं। सो ध्यान रखना, दिस इज अपडेटेड ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस। तो मेरा जो टेलीग्राम चैनल है उधर में ये जैसे जैसे मेरे लेक्चर्स अपलोड होते जाएंगे मैं इसको करते जाऊंगा, तो ये जो कमिंग सून है वो ऑटोमेटिकली क्लिक टू व्यू में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा। व्हाट आई विल डू इज, मैं इसमें जो मेरा आरटीपी है तो उसके भी लेक्चर्स मैं अभी रिकॉर्ड करूंगा, तो आरटीपी को भी मैं इसी में ऐड कर दूंगा। आपको क्या करना है, एग्जाम तक तो ऑब्वियसली सब चीज रेडी हो गई होगी, रिविजन्स एंड आरटीपीज एंड एवरीथिंग। आपके साथ में वो टाइम पे वापस से ये पीडीएफ शेयर करूंगा। ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज जस्ट ओपन द पीडीएफ, जो भी चाहिए आपको। से फॉर एग्जांपल आपको चाहिए आरटीपी का क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, तो आपके पास वो अवेलेबल होगा। क्लिक टू व्यू, लिसन टू द लेक्चर एंड यू आर थ्रू। सो प्लीज एंश्योर कि आप कनेक्टेड रहें, कीप दिस हैंडी विद यू सो दैट इट बिकम्स हेल्पफुल टू यू व्हेन यू आर रिवाइजिंग। सेकेंड थिंग इज द स्टुपेंडस रिस्पॉन्स। अराउंड 380 प्लस मेरे पास रिस्पॉन्सेज आए रिगार्डिंग द सोल्यूशन। तो मैंने आप लोग को एपिसोड नंबर आई थिंक 3 और 4 वाला जो अपना था, सो इसके पहले वाला एपिसोड 10, उसमें मैंने आप लोग को एक क्वेश्चन बोला था जहां पे आपको कहा था आप समरी लिख के मुझे भेजेंगे मेरे व्हाट्सएप नंबर पे, एंड सुपर्ब रिस्पॉन्स। लेट्स सी, अब तो इतना टाइम ही नहीं मिल पा रहा है कि मैं सबको पूरा डिटेल में गो थ्रू करूं, बट इट इज गोइंग टू बी हेल्पफुल टू यू। एंड एज सच आपको कभी ऐसा लगता है तो कीप ऑन प्रैक्टिसिंग, कीप ऑन सेंडिंग इट टू मी वेदर आई रिप्लाई इट और नॉट, बट एटलीस्ट आपका प्रैक्टिस तो हो जाएगा। सो इस हिसाब से आप कनेक्टेड भी रहेंगे। सो थैंक यू फॉर मेकिंग दैट थिंग वर्क। मैंने सोचा कि चलो ट्राई करते हैं, बट गुड रिस्पॉन्स बाय ईच वन ऑफ यू। चलो भाई, और ऐसी कुछ चीजें करते रहेंगे जहां से अपन कनेक्टेड रहे, जहां से अपना जो राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस वाला इशू है मेजरली एससीएमपी में वो रिजॉल्व हो जाए, और बाकी चीजें तो अपन लोग कर ही रहे, यूट्यूब पे रेगुलरली मिल ही रहे हैं। ठीक है, चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं इस सेशन के साथ। और कुछ हो तो डेफिनेटली कीप ऑन मैसेजिंग मी ऑन माय व्हाट्सएप और ऑन दी कमेंट सेक्शन एंड वील कम अप थंपिंग। ठीक है, चलो टेक केयर, कीप स्माइलिंग। And here we are with question number 5, case scenarios. Now let me tell you a story before I start with this question. So this is a question on Vodafone. So all of us either have Vodafone or Airtel or Jio as our network provider. So there is always a run between them. You know, at times Jio is at the pole position, which is the top. Then second is Vodafone and third is Airtel. At times it is vice versa, so on and so forth. So when this question was framed, Vodafone was at the second level. So second largest telecom provider of India, Vodafone. And here is a case study based on Vodafone. Yes, it is absolutely relevant to that. Now what happened is this. In this company, actually I'll take you back to a year before it all started. So in the March 21st there was a lockdown. I still remember very vividly, around 7th of March 2020. Remember the date, 7th or 10th of March 2020. I and my very good friend, we were having brunch. We were having brunch in Banana Leaf. It's a restaurant. We were having a brunch at around 11:30. And I get a call from my friend, Mr. Milan Parmar. He told me that, Sankalp, immediately Vodafone का शेयर ले ले, 3 रुपए में मिल रहा है. I said, I haven't researched about Vodafone share. How can I invest? He said, you can trust me and go ahead with it. I thought to myself, yeah, without researching, how can I invest? That would be against my thought process. But then my friend Milan was very convinced. He was like, nahi Sankalp, le le. without fail. I just thought to myself, okay, I was planning to take around 50,000 shares. So 50,000 shares into 3 rupees was the price. I thought, okay, chalo, let's see what's the downside. Downside is that 3 rupees share will become to zero. So 50,000 into 3, 1,50,000 the downside. No problem, I'll take that risk. But he said me that don't worry, in a year's time, this share has a potential to go to approximately 9 rupees, which is 3 times its current price. I thought to myself, okay, see, now we have to analyze as a chartered accountant. Cost benefit analysis is what we always do. So cost here is what the downside that I can face, which is 1,50,000. But look at the upside, which is a possibility, which is 3 times of the amount that I am investing. So 50,000 into 3, 4 lakh, 4 lakh 50,000 or 5 lakh is what I can go up to in a span of 1 year. I trusted my friend and my instinct. I said, chalo, let's go ahead with it. No risk, no gain. And as such, I am a risk taker. So I went ahead with taking the risk. And then, as you say, the history, after 1 year, the price of the share is approximately 11 rupees. That's right. The 3 rupee share is now worth 11 rupees. So my 1,50,000 investment is approximating rupees 5 lakh. Really happy? Absolutely, why not? Obviously, it was a risk I took, which was based on the trust of my friend, and it paid off. Not always that I do this. Okay, you want to party for this? Come to Mumbai, we will party together. Okay, so any which case, just short stories. So at times there is also a flip side. I have also invested listening to other people and burnt my money. So both ways, end of the day, things balance out, hopefully. Anyways, so now let's come to our case study. Our case study is of Vodafone. So all of us know that Vodafone has acquired, or rather they've had a merger with Idea. So now it is called as Vodafone Idea, VI, as all of us know. So Vodafone Idea is the second largest telecom company in India, right? With a base of 10 million subscribers. Now I'm coming to the question. See, this is a reality also. What I am saying is a reality also, that Vodafone is the second largest telecom operator in India. It has acquired Idea and now it is called as VI, which is Vodafone Idea. Correct? So is the case here. Now what I have done is I just made a summary of this question. As we all know that summary for us is the most important aspect. So now what I do is we will just quickly run through the summary so that you get a grasp of the question. Then we will just read up the question so that we are clear of what exactly the question is asking from us. It's a pretty straightforward and simple question, and I'm sure we will complete it with ease. So बात कुछ ऐसी है कि Vodafone Idea is the second largest telecom operator in India with a 10 million subscriber base and doing decently, and has just acquired a competitor Idea, and now their name is VI, Vodafone Idea. They are majorly into the business of fixed line telephone, corporate, for corporates also say do the same thing. Then obviously mobile, all of this. Now recently they have upgraded their technology to optical fiber. So you would have heard this term optical fiber, correct? 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, then there is optical fiber, wherein the speed of your internet will be very fast. And the other is VoLTE technology. What is VoLTE? Here also I think I'd written voice long-term evolution. So wherein you can communicate with each other through the use of internet. So VoLTE technology, optical fiber. So Vodafone, or SCT as the name of the company, is investing in a lot new technologies. Also, because it is investing in good recent technologies like optical fiber, VoLTE is voice long-term evolution. So because the company is investing in all of these good technologies, they are easily able to cater to the corporate clients. So it becomes easier for them to convert the corporate time. Uh, Voice telecom, as I said, Jio, largest telecom. Then they are focusing on infrastructure advantage and of competitors. Now this is the information given about Jio, which is the competitor of Vodafone. So SCT also has a competitor, and this competitor is giving voice telecom services. It has an infrastructural advantage. So it is giving us a tough competition. We say no, tough de raha hai mere ko. So it is giving a tough competition, and therefore it is at the top level. So largest telecommunicator is also investing in all of these technologies, at the same time has a higher infra advantage. But now let's come to the customer issues which all of us face in our general telecommunication part as well. What is that? One, wrong tariff calculation. I myself, in the last 4 or 5 years, I have called them so many times for their wrong tariff calculation. So one of the issue. Second, delayed response from customer care. Third, poor customer service. Fourth, call drop. So many times it happens that I am talking to my friend or somebody, and immediately the phone disconnects. At times I am talking to my wife and the phone disconnects. You can imagine what happens with me. Gone. Then I have to go and explain her that here it is the call drop, not my mistake, ma'am. So then, okay, I am saved. But these are genuinely customer issues faced by each one of us as well. So now this company SCT or Vodafone, as you may want to call, has approached us as the management accountant or chartered accountant to help us with ensuring that all of these issues are removed, because we know that if these issues are removed, then from second it will become first, then from second it will become first. So here we are. What are the customer issues? This is the customer issues: wrong tariff calculation, delayed response from customer care, poor customer service, call drop is there. Also one more thing that we would want SCT or Vodafone to improve is improve the billing process, handle customer complaints properly, and gain competitive advantage. And for that we are planning to implement Six Sigma DMAC technology. Woohoo! So now you as a management accountant has to inform SCT or Vodafone whether the technology or whether the whole concept of Six Sigma or DMAC will be applicable to them, and how it can help in improving the overall business of SCT and taking it to the pole position, that is the first or the largest operator in India. Are we clear with the whole question? Yes. So second largest telecom company has just acquired Idea. Just try to connect it to the practical world and see how things become easier and relatable. They are now investing in good technologies like optical fiber, in Volte technology, right? As a result, they are able to grab a lot of corporate clients. But its customer Jio, who is at the pole position as the largest subscriber base, is also infrastructurally very ready and very advanced. So they are giving us a tough competition. The major four issues that we have identified are wrong tariff calculation, delayed response from customer care, poor customer service, and call drop. For that, we are planning to introduce the system of Six Sigma so that we can improve on the billing process, handle customer complaints better, and gain a competitive advantage. Hey, subjugadu. Are we clear, everybody, with the whole question? Now, before we apply the Six Sigma, let's come and just go through this question as well. Here it is: Smooth Connect Telecom. You see me? Chalo. Smooth Connect Telecom, which is SCT. is the private sector company. SCT is the second largest telecom player in the industry in the country with subscriber base of 10 million. Right there. Okay. See this, my summary will include everything. Have this habit of making summaries. Again, I'm telling you that if you are making a summary of a particular question, feel free to send it to me. I've already given my WhatsApp number 9819201473. Do feel free to WhatsApp the summary to me so that you will get an idea of whether you are on the right track or not. So what you can do is take the pic of the question. Yes. Then take a pic of the summary that you have made of that question, whichever question it can be. Send the summary WhatsApp on this number. As I just told you some time back that I had given a sum for you to solve with a brilliant response. So why don't you also benefit from the same? Chalo, moving on. SCT achieved this magnificent growth by acquiring competitor in recent years. Idea? SCT deals in fixed line telephone services, corporate services, mobile cellular services. SCT is meeting all the requirements from regulator in efficient and timely manner. Very good. We are happy to hear that. SCT is known for continuous innovation in its services with changing pace of technology and businesses like use of optical fiber and voltage technology. This helps SCT in acquisition of many corporate clients. Looking and see one more thing. When you are making this summary in the examinations, students have a lot of doubt. Sir, should we make this summary as a rough work or a main work? Definitely main work. This is not rough. This is main thing, boss. So write the summary in the main work only. Let the examiner know that you have applied your mind and did this. Alright, okay. Yes, there will be marks for this as well, mind you. The largest player in telecom industry is Voice Telecom, which is the resulting company out of corporate restructuring of state-owned telecom corporation. Okay, Voice Telecom still owns the largest market share. This is our competitor with the largest market share, Jio in our example. Due to infrastructural advantage over other players in the market, SCT is also facing tough competition from Voice Telecom on pricing and customer volume. So this is also a big thing which is to be taken care of. Majority of telecom operators, including SCT and Voice Telecom. So there is an issue which the customers are facing from all the telecom operators. What is that? Usually criticized by customers for poor service, misallocation of call duration and call drop. Misallocation means I am calling one person, it gets connected to some other person in my address book. Misallocation of call duration. But majority of complaints are on account of calculation of wrong tariff, dull and delayed response from customer care executives. Okay. Hence, by focusing on customer services, if SCT improves its billing process and handles the customer complaints wisely, then SCT can give competitive advantage over other players, including Voice Telecom. In order to improve the quality of customer services, SCT decides to practice Six Sigma initiative. All right. Okay, so see, question itself is giving you what is the answer to be used. So enumerate the modus operandi. Oh, that is how SCT can apply DMAC method to implement Six Sigma. All right, are we clear? Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. So application of Six Sigma and DMAC is what the question is asking us to do. So what is the first thing that we should do? First thing that we should do is tell them what exactly is Six Sigma. It has two branches, DMAC and DMADME. Why are we using DMAC? What is the small difference between them? And why are we using DMAC for our SCT client? and then how can we apply DMAT in our real answer is how it is to be answered. Always remember, whatever concept that they've asked us to explain directly or indirectly, give a full idea of the same. For example, here they've asked us of implementing Six Sigma. So take at least 3-4 lines, explain what is Six Sigma, what are its branches, and then come to the real answer of DMAT which they have asked us to apply. So suppose if this question comes for around 7 to 8 marks, then in that case DMAIC all will carry 1 mark, 1 2 3 4 5, and around 2 to 3 marks will be devoted to the explanation of Six Sigma and how this whole concept of DMAC and DMADV emerges. I hope we are clear how an answer is to be written. What are the expectations of ICAI from us students? First, give an idea of the issue that the company is facing. Then explain the whole concept that we are going to apply. So when we are explaining the whole concept, that is to be done in general terms. When we are explaining the concept, that is to be done in general terms. So Six Sigma, I will explain in general terms. DMAC, DMAD, we will explain in general terms. Then I will connect this concept to my real life situation, which is given in the question. Samjigudu, are we clear everybody? Yes. So it is very important to be clear with the approach, because the approach is going to make the whole difference whether you are going to score good in case scenarios and case laws or not. The choice is definitely yours. Alright. Chalo. Now take 2 minutes and immediately read the question, and then obviously we will start with our solution. Obviously you would want to write this summary. I will give you all 2 minutes for this as well. I will give you all 2 minutes for this as well. See, now this is, it may be a possibility that, sir, I want to write few more things in this summary. You are free to do that. Who said this is a final thing? This is a benchmark. You want to improve a little bit on this, feel free to do that. Absolutely no worries at all. But at least ensure that you are reaching to this level immediately. Okay, chalo, giving you all 2 minutes, start writing. Start writing and reading the question as well. We'll give you all 2 minutes. If you feel that it is short, then you can pause the video as you may want to. Okay, then let's start with the solution. So, in this question, we have to give them a Six Sigma technique, ninja technique, to ensure that all of the issues that they are facing go away and then they become the top operator in the country. So, Six Sigma. First, as I said, we have to explain what is Six Sigma. Always remember, Six Sigma is very easy to define. The whole role of Six Sigma is improvement of a business process and remove all the defects that a product may have. Let's take a small example of a mobile phone. Let's take a small example of a mobile phone. Any mobile phone that you have seen will have few important features. For example, camera, correct? Then there will be a touchpad, correct? Then can I say it will have its own software, correct? Can I say it will have its own battery? So these are the four major components of a mobile phone. Obviously there are other factors as well. Definitely there are other so many small things are also there, but still camera, touchpad, software, battery, all of this, can I say, comprises of the major parts of my mobile phone, correct? So what is the process of making of all these four parts? It is very important to know that. See, when Toyota first time introduced Six Sigma in its plant, at that point in time, they approached every particular worker who was working in the process of making the car, and they actually understood what are the difficulties that they are facing in the process, and then there was a brainstorming between all the employees. A better methodology, a better process oriented technique was implemented, and now it is on a autopilot mode. Have you heard of the term autopilot? Autopilot means developing your process in such a way that things automatically move from one step to another. So that is called as process refinement. So improvement in the existing process is one of the major features of a Six Sigma technique. Second thing that you have to focus on is, so I hope we are clear, what every product has to pass through a process, right? Be it this small pen, it has to pass through a process, only then it will complete as a pen. So what exactly is the process, correct? So there is a value addition at every stage. Find out what is done at every stage, how you as a management account can improve the process, and then we will ensure that that process is regularly followed. Again, keep on observing it, find use Kaizen costing and try to find out still better ways of doing it. Are we understanding? So Toyota initially implemented Six Sigma and reduced the time of making a car from 20 days to directly 10 days by analyzing the process, finding ways to how it can improve the process continual basis, taking the thought process of all the employees who are working at lower and medium level, at the same time strategically applying them from the top level, and bingo, there we had from 20 to 10. So is the case with your Apple, with your Samsung, with your Nokias. All these mobile phones obviously have so many minute components, they all pass through a process. Find out what is the process that is taking place, find out how this process can be improved, implement Six Sigma. When you do that, so process is now on autopilot mode, automatically runs. Now find out any further improvement possible. Using that process, the product that is coming out, find out if there is any defect in camera. At times we purchase a phone and then we say, अरे यार इसका कैमरा ठीक नहीं है, इसका बैटरी बहुत जल्दी ड्रेन आउट हो जाता है. So if that is happening, then in that case, can I say we are getting defective products, which should not happen, because Six Sigma says 3 parts in a million will only be defective. Correct? So battery, software, touchpad, camera. These are the main ingredients of our example, which is mobile phone. So find out how errors can be reduced at that level. See, even we try to use it in our business. Okay? So what happens is, suppose for example, I am into coaching classes, correct? So I sell my pen drives to students throughout India. So especially during the time of results. So say for example, today is the result. Obviously those who not cleared, or those who cleared group 1 would want to come into group 2, or those who not cleared would want a fast track batch. Those who cleared group 1 and now are starting fresh group 2 will take the regular batch. So especially after the result, there is a huge bunch of orders that we receive. Okay. Now when this order is received, we also have a process. So either we receive the order through a website, or we would receive an order through our franchisees, through our own website. So we have a process that if it is received from our website, then how it will be processed. Then, we have to make the pen drive for the same, or if it is a Google Drive option, then we have to mail the Google Drive. Then we will make the book. We'll see if the book stock is available or not. Then we will courier the book. If it is a pen drive also, we'll have to fill the pen drive. Then we'll send the pen drive also with the book, whether it is reached on time or not. So all of this is a process. In this, we have to become error free. So what errors usually at times I have seen is committed by my staff also is, say in 100, say what happens is, out of 100, in 4 to 5 cases, because there are a lot of orders, especially in the month after the results. So because there are a lot of orders, there is a mismatch at times. So suppose if somebody has ordered a pen drive, by mistake we send them the Google Drive, or somebody has asked for a fast track regular Hindi batch, we send them fast track batch of say full English. Or if somebody has asked for a regular, we say send them a fast track batch. At times out of 100, 5 is the ratio wherein it's a mistake done by us. So we get then from the student, we get to know that, sir, we had ordered for this, you've given this. At times 2 books have also been received by students. So these are the errors which I have compiled. Now I have given a target to my team that out of these all the errors, which are the major errors, so that we have found out. And now we are focusing that these errors should never ever happen. So now if we are getting 500 orders per month, out of this 1500, there should not be one or more than 1 or 2 order which may have a error. So improve the process first, that how the order should be received. Automatically it should be routed to our Google Sheet. Then from the Google Sheet, automatically it should go to the dispatch team. The dispatch team will then make, and it will go to the courier team. All of that. So we also have a process. In that process, we have to ensure that all of the things that we are doing are error free or defect free. Are you understanding? Now I am a service industry oriented person. In the same way, a manufacturing company may also use all of this. In that, suppose if there is a battery which is defective, and if it goes to the customer, then it is not good. So how can we make that battery defect free, error free? All of that is to be taken care of using the concept of Six Sigma. So here what it speaks of, let's see. So Six Sigma, a concept introduced by Mr. Bill Smith of Motorola. He said that major role of Six Sigma is improvement of manufacturing process and elimination of defects. So 2-3 examples I gave you. Example of mobile phone, example of a Toyota car, example of Sankalp Khanstia pen drive. For a mobile phone, identify the 4 to 5 major things that a mobile phone company does in terms of a manufacturing process. Improve that process such that automatically things go from one step to the other. Correct? So is the case with your car manufacturing. So in car manufacturing industry, it was considered that below 20 days, no car can take. So you will take at least 20 days to make a car. Everybody was proved wrong when Toyota, using the concepts of lean system and innovation, made that car in a span of 10 days. So there is always a scope for improvement, right? And this is the focus with which Japanese people work. So they realize that Six Sigma is something which should be implemented, and they actually implement all of this in their regular work criteria. It is a part of their work ethic. So improvement of manufacturing process, you don't have to remember. Automatically now you will be able to recollect. Why? Mobile phone, Toyota car, or third is Sankalp Khanstiya pen drive. So we also have a process, improve that. So improvement of manufacturing process, find out how it can be improved, how we can do it in a better way. And second is elimination of defects. We should make a product which is defect free. Correct? Also, best is remove the cause of defects. Find out to the root problem. Always have the habit of going to the root problem and removing that root problem, and then see how things work in the best manner possible. Now, this is what happened to me when I was studying for CA examinations. So in audit and law, I was you can say Dumbo in audit and law. I always used to learn the answers, rattofy, mugofy the answers. Still the next day I used to forget, didn't remember anything. So I knew that there is some issue which I should improve. So what was the cause of the defect? What was the cause? Cause there was, I was mugofying things. Instead, what should I have done? I should have understood it and then had a written practice for the same. This is what I actually implemented. So in CA intermediate, this is the approach that I did, mugofied, somewhat I understood, I gave the answers, passed thankfully. But I knew CA final this will not work. So I went to the root cause. Root cause what was? What was that? That was not understanding the logic. So then I understood the logic and provision of every concept in law and audit, and then I was able to apply it properly and secure a very good exemption in law. Audit I still cleared with decent marks, not disclosable in public platform, but obviously things worked out. So that's where find out what is the root cause of defect, remove that root cause and ensure it doesn't happen again at all. So then when I started studying law, I knew that if I don't understand anything logically, then I will not be able to recollect it for days to come. So what did I do? Yes, it took me more time, but I knew that for long term, I'll not have any issues whatsoever. Are you understanding, guys? So this is the theme of Six Sigma, which got bifurcated into two parts. DMAC, which we are going to apply for this company, which is SCT or Vodafone, and the other is DMADV. What is DMAC? Define, measure, analyze, improve, control. But DMAC is used for existing business processes to remove the defect, whereas DMADV is used for new business projects. So say for example, Vodafone is a existing company. They already have an existing process. They will use DMAC. But suppose a new telecom person enters the market, then they will use DMADV, because DMADV is used for new business project. Hey, subjugadu, are we clear with this? Now let's come to their ICAI solution of the first part. First part is understanding of Six Sigma, whether we will be able to present it the way they've told. So let's see that. Six Sigma was first used by Bill Smith, not Will Smith, Bill Smith, of Motorola Corporation for improvement of manufacturing process and elimination of defects. I hope by now we are absolutely clear with this line. This is a fundamental line. Six Sigma introduced by Bill Smith of Motorola Corporation to improve existing business process and remove the defects which are there in the product. Gotcha? Okay. Six Sigma seeks to improve the quality of process by identifying and removing the cause of defects. What do I want? I want quality. End of the day, that is what you are going to stand for. So how can I improve the quality of process? By identifying and removing the cause of defect. Samjhigudu? Then a defect can be anything which can lead to customer dissatisfaction. As I said, say for example, a student who had ordered my fast track or who had ordered my regular got a fast track lecture. Obviously, he will be dissatisfied. He will say that, sir, first of all, I don't have time. My time is wasted. Now you will send me new. Again, I will have to wait. He is dissatisfied. Suppose there is a battery issue in a mobile phone. Battery gets heated very fast. It is very risky. Customer is dissatisfied. Suppose there is a gear problem in my automobile. Customer is dissatisfied. Do you know Apple iPhone mobile phone? When Steve Jobs was alive, he had kept people just to check the packaging of Apple iPhone, whether the packaging is also customer friendly or not. Obviously, the software, hardware, camera, that has to be the best. He had kept a person, not one person, two or three persons just to check the packing of iPhone. Yes, whether it is very comfortable for the customer to open the packaging, it should be very quick. It should be absolutely, error free or defect free, or it should be very smooth. Can you imagine keeping a person for packaging to check whether the packaging, not the pack, not people who are doing the packaging, people who will check whether the packaging system is correct or not. Packaging team was different, but only to check whether the packaging scheme that they have, the design that they have, is good or not. So that is the level to which they want to go. They do not want the customer to be dissatisfied at any given point in time. Are you understanding, guys? Yes. So if you want, your comment section is open. If you want to appreciate any brand wherein you feel, yes sir, what a superb work they have done for me, do share it with me in the comment section. Say for example, you purchase a mobile phone and you are absolutely satisfied by it. Then in that case, you can say, sir, what a fantastic mobile phone. I'll give you an example. I used OnePlus mobile phones. I was thoroughly satisfied with all of that. OnePlus, I feel, gives you money's worth. Though I am an Apple fan because of Steve Jobs, but still, if you ask me deep down the line, for me, value for money mobile phone is OnePlus mobile phone. Yes, because I wanted, because I have an iPad, because I wanted a iWatch, because I had AirPods, and this mobile phone was Apple. So everything gets connected through the ecosystem. That's the reason, obviously, I use Apple products only. But if given a choice only to compare mobile phone, hands down for me. Now, obviously, that's a secondary point. That is a China mobile, so we're not going to use it. That's a secondary point. But if you ask me unbiasedly, this is what my thought process is. Share yours. You know, there are so many brands that all of us have used. Any brand which you feel, wow, what a superb customer service I have got, or what a superb brand or product it was. Let the whole world know about it. As I have always said, appreciation is scarce in today's scenario. Everybody is here to criticize. Let's appreciate wherever and whenever we get a platform. This is what my thought process is. Chalo, going away from the philosophical thoughts and coming away to Six Sigma. Removing the cause of defect. Defect can be anything which leads to customer dissatisfaction. Six Sigma uses quality management and statistical methods with special infrastructure of people. Fair enough. Which can be implemented through two methodologies, DMAC, DMADV. DMAC for existing business processes, DMADV for new business processes. So this is what we will write for 2 to 3 marks of Six Sigma with this bifurcation. I hope we are absolutely crystal clear about it. Now let's come to DMAC, the methodology that we are going to use in order to solve our problem. So D starts with define. First, define what is the problem that the customer is facing. Correct? As I told you, what were the problems or challenges that we were facing? Fast track went regular, not too much, only 5 out of 100. So if we sell 1000, the number was 50. which obviously is big, 5%. Obviously, it should not happen. So then we identified that, okay, these are the issues which our customer is facing. So is the case even with, see, there is always a scope for improvement. So is the case with, say, Samsung mobile phone, or say, for example, a Hyundai motor car. So they list down, okay, these are the error. So Vodafone will list down its problem, define the problem. Let me know what is the issue so that I can look for a solution. So wrong tariff calculation, delayed response from customer care, poor customer service, call drop. Call drop was also one of the issues. So these are the issues which were identified. So first step is to jaane jana, dhoonde tujhe deewana. What is dhoondho? Define the problem. What you have to find out? What exactly is the issue that is being faced? Subject done. So this is defined. Second is, okay, so this is what we have defined. Now after defining, we'll see what is the impact. Now impact is that if there is wrong tariff calculation, the customer will not pay the money. If the customer will not pay money, he will file a complaint against you, maybe a litigation complaint. See, end of the day, the company will get delayed revenue. So first, delayed revenue, litigation for wrong billing. Second, loss of revenue, porting to alternate telecom portal. This is a biggest risk in today's cutthroat competition for any product. So if you're not going to provide a good service, okay, every business has a competitor ready to pounce your business. Loss of revenue. One is delayed revenue. Other is loss of revenue which you may face. Porting to alternate telecom operator. See, now porting is such an easy step in Indian scenario. All of us know that. So that can be one issue. So first things first, we have defined what are the issues. Now we will see what is the measure. So existing performance needs to be measured. Now how do you measure it? So say for example, all the queries or issues that we are facing, we will make a pool of it. And then we will see what is the percentage of every item in the pool. First, number of complaints as a percentage of total customers. Number of wrongly billed customers, whether bill is reissued and corrected, average time to solve a complaint. Correct. All of these then we will measure in terms of numbers. That okay, we have received total 100 complaints and number of complaints as a result of total customers. So say for example, we are receiving 100 complaints. For example, we are receiving 100 complaints on a total of say 5,000 customers, then we will say that 100 divided by 5,000. This is the ratio of error as regards our complaints, right? So we will try to reduce that. Then we will do the same thing, measure. So quantify. Measure means quantify how many are wrongly billed customers. Again, vis-a-vis total customers. Whether bill is reissued and corrected. If it is done, then how many days it took, and whether the corrected bills payment when it is received, all of that. Average time to solve the problems. This is a very, very important point for any telecom company. What is the time that you are taking to solve the problem? Are we understanding? So this is what will then be measured. So first we know what is the issue. Define the issue. Like for example, you are studying. Try to use Six Sigma when you are studying. You have 8 subjects, of which 3 to 4 subjects or 2 to 3 subjects are your pain points. In that, specific chapters are your pain points. Define them. Then measure that, okay, so X topic is very difficult for me. So measuring. This topic is difficult but averagely difficult. Others is easy, so on and so forth. And then what is the issue? Either concept understanding is issue. All of that. So that is your measure. Then analyze. From second point, analyze the root cause of customer complaints and wrong billing. So why is it that there are so many wrong billings? Because it is already pre-decided to the customer that what is the bill to be given on what, so say for example, 100 seconds, 100 rupees is going to be charged. What if extra calls are used, then what happens? So all of that is pre-decided. Still there are issues with the billings. Why? Try to find out. It may be possible that the communication between Vodafone or this company SCT or whatever is the company, between that company and the customer is not clear. So develop a clear communication so that there are no billing issues. I have also faced it. At times I was told, sir, you will get 250 SMSs free. Even though I have just used 60 SMSs, I am being charged. Then they say, no, sir, by mistake we had said 250, it is only 50. So that is not good. So analyze what is the reason, root cause of customer complaints and wrong billings. Accordingly, take preventive and corrective steps. Correct? Preventive and corrective steps. Two things are there. Corrective means something, damage is done. Now try to correct it. Other is prevent it by cutting out the root. I'll give you an example. A very basic example. Suppose you ate an ice cream. Now you ate, instead of one, you ate 3 ice creams. Now you had ice cream. Now you are suffering from sore throat and there is coughing and running nose. Why did it happen? Because you had ice cream. So now you are already ill. You will go to the doctor. Doctor will give you a medicine. Corrective action was taken. From next time, don't eat ice cream at all. That is a preventive action. So preventive means cutting the problem from the root level. So now I will not have ice cream. So there is no scope that I will have a sore throat or a running nose. But if now it has happened, you have to correct it, go to the doctor, take medicine, get fine. But next time, preventive. So it is possible that to start with, you may take corrective steps, but then move on to the preventive steps. Cut the issue from the root problem. Cut it from the root. I hope we are clear. Improve the existing process and give a possible solution to root causes, which should be feasible and valuable to the customer. It should be feasible and valuable to the customer. Reissue bill if wrongly issued. If already in process, make it quick. So if there is, so as we saw that wrong billing is a major issue. So what will you do? Now you received from a customer complaint that, sir, my bill is wrong. Okay, no problem. Now reissue the bill with correction. Make it quick. Are you understanding? Right? So that's how, so that, when you correct and give it, the customer will feel that, okay. Chalo, now I don't have to pay that high amount, I'll pay less amount and it will be done. So that way is improve the business processes. And last is control. It is very easy to set up a process, but it is very difficult to control it. I'll give you an example of your studies. See, I always tell students, get up early. Have the habit of getting up early and studying. What students will do, one day they will get up at 5:30. Second day they will get up at 5:30. Third day they will get up at 5:30. Now the process is set. Now the fourth day, it is about how disciplined you are, whether your sleep is in your control or not. Now in the fourth day, you again go back and wake up at 8:30 a.m. Then all thing is gone. Are you understanding? So controlling is very important, because setting up a process is again still manageable, but to consistently go ahead with it is going to make the whole difference. So improved process and performance control mechanism should be there. Customer complaints should be resolved on daily basis, and unresolved customer complaints should be reported. So daily basis, find out how many customer complaints have come, whether they are resolved or not. If they are not resolved, why is it that you are not able to resolve? We have that issue. I have implemented DMAC for our technical problems. So we get a call from students that, sir, because my content browser is not working or my videos are not streaming properly. So then there is a technical issue, whether we have resolved it or not. If we have resolved it, how much time did it take? Now, if next time this problem comes, what is the solution? Again, we will explain the whole thing, or let's make a small video addressing the problem, so that if next time a student asks, we will just share that video with them. Got it? So customer, so here now connect it. Customer complaints should be resolved daily and unresolved complaints should be reported. Interconnection of KPIs and CSFs should be reported. Now, what is this interconnection of KPI and CSF? KPI stands for Key Performance Indicator. CSF stands for Critical Success Factor. What is it that is going to make you a success? If you ask me in today's scenario, if any telecom operator wants to succeed, then in that case, the most important thing for it is giving the best network. So what is your CSF? CSF here is to provide best network. CSF here is to provide best network. What is your KPI? KPI is Key Performance Indicator. Everybody, what did I say? Key Performance Indicator. Now, out of 1000 customers, suppose now you are getting 50 queries. Out of that 50 queries, how many are relating to the network? Connect them. So what is your critical success factor? To provide best network. How many queries now you are getting for the network issue is your key performance indicator. Suppose now we get an answer from customer care team. That's out of 50 queries, we are getting 0 queries relating to the network. Then we will say that our CSFs have been linked to the KPIs and we are performing as per our KPI, key performance indicator. Samjhugudu. So connect this. KPI will be numerical, be quantitative. Success factor will be qualitative. What is the qualitative thing? Provide the best network. Now, how do you judge that whether you have provided the best network? Check how many customers queries you are getting as regards the network. Are we understanding, guys? So this is what your whole concept of DMAC is for the purpose of this business. Now, a institute will ask you any question related to any industry. This was an illustrator. I hope how you have to think and how you have to answer is taken care of. This is how you have to write down the points and definitely you will get the best marks. Now, I will give you all time to write. I know many of you are waiting. That's what we want to write. Give me 2 minutes. First, let's come to institute's answer also. And then you will be given 2 to 3 minutes to write the whole thing. So the first part of the question, Six Sigma, taken care of. Second part, DMAC methodology of Six Sigma implementation at SCT. Define the improvement area. So define include definition of customer requirement or problem faced by customer. What did I say? Problem faced by customer. Always define will always be problem faced by customer. Simple. Customer is facing problems. That's the reason they have come to us as management accountants for giving them a solution. Right? That's what it is here. First and foremost requirement is to ensure customer must be billed correctly because wrong billing may lead to either of delayed revenue, loss of revenue. We've understood this? Okay. Measure the existing performance. So, major performance needs to be measured in 2 domains, billing process and customer complaint. Hence, SCT needs to have a system through which it can collect reliable information. Wrongly billed customers, again total customers, 1. Then, is there any process of reissue the correct bill? If yes, then in how many cases it is to be issued? And average time to solve the complaints. Again discussed. Third, analyze. Analyze the information collected in second point above and try to remove it, the root cause, as I told you when I was explaining the examples. For determining the performance in order to reach to root cause and wrong billing so that necessary preventive and corrective steps can be taken. Preventive and corrective steps, ice cream example. Improve. The existing process needs to be improved in order to mitigate the root cause threats. Once the SCT is done with analysis, it has to identify the possible solution to root causes. Analyze the root cause. How do you remove them? Then it should be feasible and valuable from customers' perspective. Feasible for the SCT, valuable for the customer. Improvement can be done by reissue of bill when it was wrongly issued earlier. If already provision of revision of bill is in existence, then wait time for reissue needs to be curtailed. Are we understanding? So now see, there are 3-4 issues that this question is speaking of. Here illustratively they've just spoken of one, but you can also write on your own 2-3 others. Okay, so this is not like institute has said okay final. No, other than this there are 2-3 other points. Add them, write them, no worries, full marks. Gotcha. Then control, continuous control to identify and correct the process variance. So improved process needs to be controlled continually in order to assure enhanced performance shall be maintained. You got up 3 days early at 5:30, enhanced performance. But fourth day, if you are getting up at 9:30, gone. Enhanced performance has to be maintained. Fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, enhanced performance has to be maintained. Post improvement in process, issue of bill and handling of customer complaints, the manager who is responsible of such process at SCD needs to assure continuous control over the process so that customer services should create same value for customer and keep them satisfied. Okay, for monitoring KPIs, again CSFs, again we have discussed CSF is the end intent. How to measure it? By KPIs. For you, clearing CA final examination in first attempt is your CSF, critical success factor. How many marks you have to score is your KPI, key performance indicator. Samjigadu. So even for my staff, we have a KPI, we have a CSF. Once you enter a multinational company, once you become a chartered accountant, you will have a KPI as well, based on which your appraisal will be done in the examination. And last point, in order to implement Six Sigma as per DMAC method, SCT need to form a team of line managers from different processes which needs to be improved or critical from perspective of customer services. Team and implementation project should be led by some senior management person, maybe CEO himself. That is just a concluding remark. Okay, so with this we complete question number 5 and giving you all 2 minutes to write down the solution. Okay then, so with this we move on to the next question. STPL. Now let me give you a brief of this question. Very very easy, but not connected frankly speaking to any of a concept given in our ICAI module. So we are now going to solve a question which has zero connection as such with any concept that ICAI has explained in its module. You will not find anything of this sort. It is logical, so we will be able to understand it. We will be able to solve it. But I am just telling you that the question that we are going to witness has no connection with anything that is given by ICAI in their module. Anyways, we have to follow the mandate given by ICAI, so we will solve this question. So this question basically speaks of productivity. Now all of you so far who are watching the lecture have done your articleship, internship. Everybody has done it, correct? So in your articleship or internship, tell me genuinely, was your boss or principal or senior manager, whoever he was or she was, were they ever happy with your performance? Tell me genuinely. Were they happy with your performance? Or let me put it this way, that you were working in a typical CA firm. If you were doing that, were you happy with the way training was given to you or roles were given to you, and then how the expectations were set? टेल मी जेन्युइनली इन द कमेंट, सच्ची सच्ची बोलो कमेंट्स में मेरे को बताओ कि हाउ वाज योर आर्टिकलशिप एक्सपीरियंस, मतलब इन शॉर्ट कि भाई अच्छा था, बुरा था, गुड बैड, व्हाटएवर इट वाज, बिकॉज दिस क्वेश्चन विल टेक यू देयर. I have found a lot of articleship students who have always said me that sir, we are not enjoying our articleship. Why? Because the expectations of an article and the expectation of the principal unfortunately do not match. There has to be some mechanism by ICA by which this bond becomes stronger. Unfortunately, it is not. But I'm sure ICAI will do something about that. At least now that they've put up this case study, they should implement it practically for their own articles as well. So बात कुछ ऐसी है कि, so the story goes like this. This is a company called as STPL, which has a lot of laborers and workers. What are they into? STPL is into manufacturing of floor tiles. Have you heard of the name Kajaria Tiles? I think Akshay Kumar is the brand ambassador for that. Or have you heard the name Johnson Tiles or any of that? So they are into the business of tiles. Now obviously, since they are into manufacturing of tiles, so you need a lot of laborers and workers for that job, correct? Now they have a high market share and a good brand reputation. But see, if the market share is good, brand reputation is good, then in that case you don't need a management accountant because things are going good. But there is a kahani mein twist, and therefore we are involved. What is the twist? Customers are price sensitive, and of late cost of production, productivity, all of these have become a very very important factor. And it is, see, I've just made an office. So if for my office I had to buy a lot of tiles. So price was a big factor in deciding whether I had to go ahead with this tile or not. So in the same way, STPL is also undergoing a transition where it is trying to manage costs, at the same time keep the own market share that it has, and all of that is going on. Now what happens is this: workers issues arise. See, I told you, articleship, that's the same thing. Workers issue arise here. The roles and responsibility are not as per their role allocation. For example, a production manager will be asked to do sales. Will he be able to do that ever? No. Production manager is within the factory to manage production. If you ask him to manage sales, the roles do not match. Suppose the accountant, for example, is asked to do some purchase related thing, he may not be able to do it. So therefore, so the roles and responsibilities are not matching as per the allocations. Secondly, the workers' participation is very limited. So probably they're not using Kaizen costing. So their thought process is very clear that the worker should not participate. Is that acceptable in today's scenario? Well, if you ask me, the answer is no. Remuneration, why? They are paid hourly rate. Now, their hourly rate is such that it is based on how many years you have been in the organization, irrespective of the quality of work that you are doing. So, isn't that also a little demotivating? Suppose I am 2-year-old employee, but my efficiency is very high. I am paid 200 per hour, and my friend, say for example, he is 4 years old employee, but his efficiency is not that great. Still, he'll be paid 400 per hour. Why? Because he has spent more years in the company. So workers somewhere are feeling that the efficiency with which they are working and the remuneration that they are drawing are not in sync. So hourly rate based on number of years working irrespective of task allocated. Recently, a lot of senior workers have been retrenched because they do not know how to use technology. All of us know that all major companies are implementing technology, correct? Now, if they are implementing technology, then in that case, if they are implementing technology, then the workers should know how to use that technology. A lot of senior workers don't even know that. So they are planning to retrench them, remove them. Since tiles are of different quality and stock, at times customers got wrong stock. Oh, you will not believe this happened with me. We had ordered for a black currant tile. Yeah, the name of the, no, not an ice cream. The name of the tile was black currant. But we got the whole tiles that were delivered to us was of black zebra. So we have ordered for black currant and you are ordering black zebra. Obviously not acceptable. Then we had to return all of that. Then the new stock came. We had to wait. So as a customer, I was not satisfied. So since tiles are of different quality in stock, what happens at times is customers are getting the wrong stock. Correct? So why does this happen? Because your workers are not working efficiently. So please ensure that they work efficiently. Now, requirement number 1. Explain what is productivity, because here the top management feels that the workers that they have are not productive. And second is productivity enhancement techniques. Now, how do I improve my productivity is also an important factor to understand. First things first, we will first understand what is productivity. Then how can it be enhanced? And see, it is very important for you to know both of them, because you are going to be the chartered accountant of tomorrow. You should know what is productivity and how it can be enhanced. Before that, please read the question. I'll again give you the gist. So here is a tile manufacturing company who is now facing a lot of worker and labor issues. Either the roles and responsibilities are not matching with the allocation, workers' participation is minimum, hourly rate is based on number of years and not on efficiency. A lot of senior employees terminated because they are not adopted to new technology. Stock interchange takes place and customers at times get the wrong stock. These are the things that this company is going through. We as management accountant have to guide them. Are we ready? Sir, we are always ready. Please just take 1 minute and just write this down or go through it. Also, let's just read the question by what ICAI has given. Let's read that. Star Tiles Production Limited, STPL, is a large manufacturer of floor tiles and interlocking tiles. STPL enjoyed reasonable market share and brand reputation up till couple of years ago. Since then, STPL is facing problem of decline in productivity. So this becomes the theme of the question. What is the theme of the question? Decline in productivity. STPL deals in variety of tiles with different brand name. Some of their brands are in development stage and some in maturity. Majority of customers are from middle class who are price sensitive Hence, cost of production is critical aspect for STPL, and resultantly productivity too becomes a critical factor. So here what they have said, that this style, some of their brands are in development stage, whereas some are in maturity. Great. Workers at STPL are allocated with specific roles and responsibility, but workers are supposed to work strictly according to specific set of guidelines provided by their supervisor. But workers used to complain about job role allocations, because allocations are not as per skill set of workers. In some of the cases, task became monotonous as learning curve exhausted. Management and operational decision are centralized in nature. Participation of workers is limited up to day end report only. So you are not getting a value addition from your workers. Next, remuneration at STPL are paid on hourly basis. Hourly rate is fixed upon number of years of working in STPL, irrespective of importance of task allocated to such worker. Since payment are fixed in nature, hence workers at STPL are hardly concerned about quality of source. Some of skilled workers are getting less pay in comparison to other staff. STPL recently retrenched some of senior workers who possess reasonable operational skills but not good in technology part, which is essential to operate machines recently installed at STPL plant. So I told you. So the fundamental used by STPL is perform or perish. So senior workers not able to perform with new technology, perish. Since there are varieties of tiles available in stock, that too with different design, hence in past there are handful instances where material delivered to customer was different from what was being ordered. Again we discussed this. Due to large variety of volume of inventory at store, some category of tile is further manufactured even lying available in store, and stock of some always remains short. So there is a misbalancing of tile stock. There is a misbalancing of tiles stock. Some are in excess, some are in short supply, which should not happen, right? So this is where we feel that productivity is a big issue at STPL. It should be resolved. Now let's come to our solution, wherein we define productivity. So for us, what do you feel? What do you feel when you hear the word productivity? See, I'll tell you. Whenever I hear of the word productivity, see what are my expectations from my staff, I'll tell you. My expectations are very clear. I want my staff that suppose if they have worked A plus B plus C today, suppose their timing is morning 10 a.m. they come and 7 p.m. they go. So 9 hours. Suppose they have worked on A plus B plus C from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. I will want them that next day they should work on A plus B plus C plus D. In the same time, when you are able to provide more output, that is what productivity is, and that's what you should do even when you are studying. Suppose if yesterday you studied from morning 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and you studied 50 pages, for today try to add value to that. Try to study 60 pages in the same amount of time. So doing more work in same time or less time is, can I say, a mark of a productivity. So efficient and useful, effective use of all resources, be it time, be it knowledge, be it equipment, be it finance, information, all of that. I'll give you another information or rather an example. Suppose I am given 1 crore rupees and you are also given 1 crore rupees on the same day. Suppose we meet after 1 month. It is a possibility that my 1 crore may be converted into 2 crore in that 1 month. And you may have 1 crore 10 lakh only after 1 month. Why? Because our productivity is different for the same thing. Or both of us had 1 month. but how we invested it makes all the difference. So that's where it becomes very important for the laborers, workers to work effectively and efficiently to give the company the maximum output possible. What is the aim of productivity? Expect faster performance from workers, increase value or reduce the time to do the same thing. So one, expect faster performance. Suppose you have done something which is also called as learning curve basically. Can I expect a learning curve here? So learning curve is what? The more learning curve you get, the more productive you are getting. Faster way of doing things, faster performance from worker. Second is increased value or reduced time to do the same thing. Hey, subject, are we clear everybody? Okay, so yeah, so this is how things stack up. Productivity, efficient and effective use of all resources, which includes your time, people, knowledge, information, finance, equipment, all of that. For a layman, if you ask, two things will happen. Expect faster performance from worker. Second, increase value or reduce time to do the same thing. Are we able to recollect it? Are we able to manage it on our own? Try to remember the examples that I've given you and then connect it. As I told you, your articleship is the best experience. What does your principal or your senior manager expect from you? To do things in a faster manner, which is good. And so you have to apply it to your studies also. And second thing he expects is that you should increase value in the work that you are doing. Reduce time to do the same thing. If you are able to do that, you are productive. So the two main things are clear to us. Now, the main, you can say, punchline of productivity or definition of productivity will be efficient and effective use of all resources. Time, people, knowledge, information, finance, equipment, material, etc. Are we clear? Yes. And then finally, there should be a responsibility allocation on a manager who would take care of all these things. Let's come to ICAI solution. Productivity is about efficient and effective use of all resources. Again, productivity is about efficient and effective use of all resources, be it time, people, knowledge, information, finance, equipment, space, energy, material, etc. Productivity is linked to time and motion, which is faster work expectation from the employee. They have put pressure on worker to perform faster. Second, increase the productivity either by increase the value or reduce the time required to create that value. So either do the same thing in less time or take the same time but create more value. Got it? Okay. Okay. Responsibility of productivity is largely on the person who's organizing the work rather than individual worker. So as I said, there has to be a team responsibility and that's what it speaks of. Gotcha? Now let's move on to the productivity improvement techniques. Now this is totally new. I don't think so any topic of CA final we've studied anything of this sort. What? Productivity enhancement techniques. Wow. Chalo. Logical, but I'm just telling you. Now, first way to enhance the productivity is use value analysis or value engineering. See, they have clearly said in the question that some products are at development stage and some products are at maturity stage. The products which are at development stage, you have to reduce cost for them, but not reducing quality, because quality is the basis through which we will attract the customers. So same quality, less cost, win-win situation for us. Correct? So that should happen. And second is establishing design and process. By establishing process and design accordingly, so we will ensure that designing, processing of that product is done so well that this thing is taken care of. At maturity stage, what happens is replace costly component with cheaper one without again impacting quality. So At maturity stage, the people know about your products. So that is not a problem, correct? At development stage, people are still knowing about your product. So you want to reduce the cost as much as you can so that you can at least take the cost benefit advantage. Correct? Maturity stage is replace costly material with cheaper one without impacting quality. So that these are one of the ways. Correct? So for development stage, reduce cost without reducing quality. Maturity stage, replace the costlier components with the cheaper ones without impacting quality. Samjhugudu. Next is quality circles. Next is quality circles. What is quality circles? Quality circle means brainstorming. See, what happens is there are a lot of people or employees who are working in your organization. Make their team and ask them to discuss internally how can things be done in a better, faster and smoother way. That is the role of a quality circle. Obviously you would know it. Meet regularly to identify, analyze and solve problems. Implement new methods to solve problems. Very useful in current scenario as it involves participation of workers. Here in our case, STPL does not use participation of workers. Whereas if you want to improve productivity, participation of workers is a must. So you should create quality circles. In that quality circles, you should identify, analyze and solve the problem, and at the same time implement new methods to ensure that we are creating value. Samjhugudu. Then very useful in current scenario as it involves participation of all workers. In the next case, financial and non-financial productivity. Better wages, salaries, all of that is a financial motivation. Basically, you are saying better working condition, welfare of employee, worker participation. I am a strong believer of this. See, I'll tell you why. I'm a strong believer of this. That the working condition should be apt. You know, the worker or anybody who is working in your organization or office should love to work there, should like to spend time there. The work environment and culture should be healthy. Why? Because 1/3 of his life is going to spend in that office. Out of 24 hours, can I say at least 8 to 9 hours you are going to be in office? At least 8 to 9 hours you are going to be in office. So if 8 to 9 hours of your life you are going to spend in your office, which is 1/3 of your day you are spending in office, how can you work in a place wherein you don't have better working conditions, welfare, employee participation? All of that is a welcome step. Samjhugudu, that is. Operation research. Use mathematical and scientific methods to solve problems. So that is okay. Training. Very much required. Why the hell did you remove those workers, those senior workers who are not good with technology? Train them, no? See, technology is ever changing. There will come a technology when you are also, we may get redundant with that. So train those workers, no? Those workers who are telling, no, I don't want training also. Then you can say tata bye bye. But directly to remove them without training them, incorrect. So train the workers on a regular basis. I have told you previously also, I am telling you again. Multinational companies have this habit of doing training for their employees. I was with JP Morgan. On every 6 monthly basis, we were given at least 15 days of hardcore training, be it of financial modeling, be it of understanding different case studies, be it, I was pursuing CA when I was in JP Morgan. So they had funded my CFA course also. So that's how things should be. Training. Instead of removing employees, they should be trained for better technology. Job enlargement and job enrichment. Horizontal expansion to increase variety of job and work knowledge, and job enrichment. I'll tell you what is job enlargement and job enrichment. Now, I was in asset management team, or let's say you are doing your articleship. Chalo, okay? Things which I connect with you, you will be able to connect easily. So there are two ways for you to expand. One will be called as horizontal expansion. One will be called as horizontal expansion. Other will be called as vertical expansion. Now you will ask, what is horizontal expansion? That, ladies and gentlemen, is called as job enlargement. Is called as job enlargement. So what is that? A coming baba. And the other is called as job enrichment. Is called as job enrichment. Now, when you were hired, you had to do only audit. Now the company is also giving you exposure in taxation, in GST, and in, say for example, some other corporate work as well. So this addition which has happened to your current work is called as horizontal expansion or job enlargement. Whatever job you are currently doing, your scope has expanded. Again, I'm telling you, job enlargement means whatever job you are currently doing, your job role has expanded. So you are doing only audit. Now you are also into taxation. You are into GST also. A lot of corporate accounting is also given to you. So you will feel that yes, I am learning new things and it is better for my overall growth. Whereas job enrichment is, say for example, you were a first year article. So obviously in your first year of articleship, you have a lot of learnings. After that, can I say you will move on to second year of articleship? This is where vertical integration can happen. Wherein in this vertical integration, you will be promoted, and there will be people under you. There will be your own team, basically. There will be your own team. So there is a vertical upstep that you have taken. So far you are a junior. Now you are also a senior and people are working under you. That is called as vertical enrichment or job enrichment. Subjugalu, are we clear, everybody? So this is also the way in which productivity can be improved, because by job enlargement you are able to learn new things. And if you are able to learn new things, there is a you can say excitement to prove and perform, because otherwise the job becomes monotonous. If you tell me lifetime I just have to do audit, it can become very monotonous. So we need job enlargement, correct? Then there is job enrichment, which is going up the ladder at every stage of your work. Got it? So this is how it stakes up. So here we have job enlargement and job enrichment. Horizontal expansion to increase the variety of job and work knowledge. Increase the variety, audit, tax, GST. Job vertical expansion and make job more meaningful and satisfying. Vertical expansion, as I said, grow into overall, have your own team and all of that. Gotcha. Okay. Then is job evaluation, fixed value of each job. This is okay. Fixed value of each job and boost employee morale. Everybody should feel that whatever job you are doing has a great value in ensuring that the company prospers. Inventory control and management. This is for manufacturing industries who at times have three major inventories: raw material, work in process, finished good. Raw material, work in process, and finished goods should all be in control. At times we overstock the raw material or we overproduce the finished good. If we do that, can I say we are blocking our working capital? And at the same time, we are also uh, endangering ourselves with spoilage of material. Are we understanding? So here, avoid over and understocking. What is overstocking? What result it does? It blocks my fund, spoilage of material, all of that. And under stocking, what it will do, it will result into a stock out. So you have to balance up. So it will result into a stock out, so loss of contribution may happen. Systematic storekeeping and proper inventory control techniques should be implemented. Systematic, see, especially for manufacturing industries, store management techniques have to be very good. So proper inventory control, systematic storekeeping, bingo, should be implemented. Samjigudu. So avoid over or under stocking. How? By systematic inventory control, storage control, all of that. Then quality control. If any quality deviation has occurred, then take corrective steps, correct it, and produce goods with lowest price, best quality, least wastage, all of that. Human factor engineering is balancing technology and human requirement. All of this combined together will give you the best productivity in an employee. Now the immediate question, sir, we need to remember all of this? Not at all. Not at all. Automatically, once you do this for 2 to 3 times, it will come to you. So one is value analysis and value engineering. Correct? First, I think was, yeah, value analysis and value engineering, wherein there are two stages. Divide them and then see. In one stage, development stage, we can reduce cost without reducing quality. Other is replace costly material with cheaper ones. Correct? Then second was quality circle, Japanese technology, wherein employees come together, identify, analyze, and solve problem, implement new methods to solving problem. Third is financial and non-financial increments. As I said, non-financial increments are equally important because one third of the time the worker is going to be in your premises. Operations research is okay, training for software development and all of that. Job enlargement, job enrichment, your articleship experience I shared. Correct. Job evaluation, value the work that you are doing. Inventory control and management, very important, especially for the manufacturing entities. Quality control and human factor engineering. This human factor engineering means work life balance. Everything has to be balanced in the best manner possible. Hey, samjhigdu, are we clear, everybody? Cool. So with this, we complete both these questions. I hope we are clear. Both, as I said, were very theoretical, but I'm sure with the examples and with the Josh, we cleared it. Always very, very happy to read your comments. So keep bestowing them and stay happy. You want to write it down? Giving you all 2 minutes for the same. Okay, time to say hasta la vista. Keep smiling. Thank you so much. I had a great session with each one of you. Take care.